Hello guys, we're finally back. It's match day live and Manchester United face Nottingham Forest. So let's get into it. Let's cue that intro. Oh no, and welcome back to finally Matchday Live, and it's me, Dan, back again, and the Premier League is back. Manchester United face Nottingham Forest. It's not today, it's tomorrow. Well, I'm recording this I'm literally recording this on Boxing Day, so yeah, it's tomorrow night, but for you guys, it will be tonight when the game, starts. Anyway, so we've got a lot of things to talk about. So the team I've gone for this game, I think it pretty much picks itself. I think it will be Rashford, Martial and Anthony up top. I think Garnacho will probably get dropped for this game. And then obviously we'll have Bruno Fernandes, McTominay, Ericsson, Luke Shaw. I reckon it will be Casemiro and Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka in the back four again. And then obviously that main man, David De Gea. And then, if he's fit, then Maguire might play. He might play. I'm not too sure. And obviously Varane and Martinez are still out from the World Cup, and then obviously Sancho's not back yet as he's doing an individual training program. And obviously we've got all these players who could play as well. So let's get into it and let's play match and let's talk about let's talk about the last league result, which was back in November, where we nicked an away win against Fulham. It was a 2-1 victory. I'll just quickly go through it. So obviously we got the first goal through Ericsson. It was just like a cross-field shot towards Ericsson, and Ericsson was there at the back post. This was Bruno Fernandes, by the way. Ericsson was there at the back post to put it into the empty net. So then that was 1-0, and we did have a couple of chances as well. Ericsson had a chance. I think Martial had a one-on-one chance as well, which was a good save from the goalkeeper. And we also had, was it Bruno Fernandes with a chance as well in that first half. But the second goal came from Fulham, and it was the second half, and of course it had to be Dan James. It was just a low ball across from I'm not too sure from a Fulham player, and Dan James just put it in at the front post. It was a bit of bad defending from Luke Shaw, but in the end we got it was a bit of bad defending, and it looked like it was going to be a 1-1 draw. And then on comes Garnacho as our super sub recently. Well, not recently. He's been quite a good player for us the last couple of games. And Garnacho, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts again this weekend. Not this weekend, tomorrow night, Tuesday night. Because I think who we got this weekend. I think we've got. I'm not too sure who we got this weekend actually. I can't remember if I can't remember if it's Wolves or it's someone like that. I can't remember. But yeah, we definitely are going into this game with a victory because we did beat Fulham, and then obviously we did have the Carabao Cup game against Burnley last week as well as our first game back. Literally 3 days after the World Cup. So we've got that. But yeah, the goal came from the second goal in that Fulham game came from who did it come from? It came from Garnacho on that left-hand side. It was good play, quick 1-2 with Ericsson, and then Garnacho wanted it more, and he just got in front of the defender and just poked it past the goalkeeper. And it was a really good goal, 90th minute goal to win the game. And that was pretty much that. So then off to the World Cup everyone went, and in the end, from that World Cup, the Ronaldo stories come out, and the interview comes out, and then obviously his contract gets completely terminated, which I think was the most of it was the right thing to do, and he's not with the club anymore, so that's literally about that. And then literally a couple of weeks later, we get the news that every United fan wants, and that is the Glazers are ready to sell up for Man United, and it looks like we could be getting a new owner by the end of this season, because there is really strong talks that they're looking to sell, before the end of the summer, or before the beginning of the summer. And if that happens, I think that's a really good time as well, because new owners, new cash. They'll want to spend money and get this team what they want. And even Ten Hag, like every United fan is really excited. Obviously, they still haven't gone yet, and we still need to know, who was going to buy Manchester United, because we've been linked with literally everybody. Apple, Amazon, literally everybody. The Qatari royal family again. I know they play for, I know they currently have, they're in with PSG, but I think it's some part of the Qatari. Even Saudis have been looked at. There's loads of people who's been looking to buy Manchester United, but it is the most exciting news that every United fan is currently looking at, and I just hope that we get someone who's they're going to have to be worth some money, because obviously I think they want like 5 or 6 billion for Manchester United. So it's gonna be one of them summers, I think, where you just don't know what's gonna happen. But we could see new owners by the end of the season. So here's hoping for that. And then obviously the January transfer window is coming up as well. We've got loads of speculation, obviously to replace Ronaldo, and obviously the main man at the moment is Gakpo. Obviously we wanted him in the summer, and whether or not we'll get him in this transfer window is another question. But apparently, we could sign him literally. We could be signing him literally like 1st of January. There is loads of rumours about that, but I'm not too sure. So yeah, personally, who would I want as a new owner? I just want someone. There's loads of talk about Jim Ratcliffe, but the thing is, if Jim Ratcliffe gets in, he's going to have to spend money, and which is he going to spend money? I'm not too sure. I hope he does. But he's a United fan. I think he'll be more a consortium, more than anything, and it's going to be really interesting the next couple months. Anyway, into the new year and stuff like that. But it's been not too bad. And anyway, we've got another game to talk about as well. We've got another game, which was the Burnley game, where we did win 2-0. I can't remember who scored the first goal. I literally can't remember, even though it was last week. I know Rashford scored with his, pretty much took the ball from his own half and like literally ran at the Burnley defence and scored with a bit of trickery and stuff. But yeah, I can't remember who scored the first one. I think it was Ericsson, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Ericsson, because it was a ball from Bruno Fernandes, who went on to pass it to Wan-Bissaka, and it was a Wan-Bissaka. That was a really good. That was a really good goal from Wan-Bissaka. Assist, sorry, not goal from Wan-Bissaka. But yeah, I think we deserved it in that, and then obviously we've got to face Charlton in the next round of that. So that's going to be interesting. Look at that. 2-0. That settles the game. Bruno Fernandes. He had a really good World Cup. There's loads of Man United players had really good World Cups. Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Dalot. It's just unfortunate Diogo Dalot's now injured. He could be back for this game, but I doubt he will be. And obviously Harry Maguire. I think he had an okay World Cup, and I wouldn't be surprised if he plays tomorrow night. Tomorrow night against Nottingham Forest. But it's going to be interesting. It will be interesting. What else can we talk about, really? Obviously, let's talk about this game against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, obviously, they're doing really well, I think, in the league. I think they lost their last game, or was it a draw? I think it was a draw, actually. I think it was a 2-2 draw, but they did win their Carabao Cup game last week against Blackburn, I think it was. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're on form for this next couple of games. But obviously we've got games. There's going to be loads of games coming up, and I think we've got like 5 games in the next 2 weeks. So Yeah, we've got loads of games to cover. We've got the FA Cup as well coming up as well. I can't remember who we got in the FA Cup, or has that been drawn? That has been drew. That has been drawn, hasn't it? I think we got Aston Villa, haven't we? In the FA Cup. I know we got Premier League side, but I can't remember. I think we're playing on the Friday night as well on the FA Cup. Was it? I think it's actually. I think it's the Monday we're playing on the FA Cup. Because I think that's the game after this game. I think. I can't remember. So I looked at the fixtures list literally before recording this episode, but I just literally, I don't know. Anyway, Nottingham Forest. It's going to be a tough game. I think we'll just be too good for Nottingham Forest. It's going to be a tough game. I do believe it is going to be a tough game. Yeah, they finally got Anthony's player face and Alessandro Martinez's player face as well, and Ten Hag's. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Score prediction: I think United will win. I think Nottingham Forest will score as well, but I think we'll get the most goals. So I think 3-1, something like that. 3-1, 2-1, something like that in my score prediction for that game. So that is going to be that then, guys. So anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today. Next time we will be back for the weekend game on Friday, so look forward to that one. And yeah, so that's going to be that. So anyway, guys, I'm actually going to end it here. So please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to leave your score prediction below. So right, guys, I'm going. Bye.